says, I'm going to give you a little, sorry about my wiener dog. They are the terrorists. Hear him? Starting all this shit in my house. He barks. He's actually, I'm sorry. He's chasing the husky around. The husky weighs 40 pounds, and the dachshund weighs maybe 2 pounds. And he's just like chasing around. Sorry, I gotta laugh. Anyway, hey, that's enough, Walter. It's just too funny. Anyhow, they'll stop eventually. Anyhow, as it says, the truth about buying things. So, in reality, you can't own property here. No. That kind of means they're going to drive me crazy. Girls, that's enough. Hey, that's enough. They don't listen, but I try anyway. Anyway, you can't really. I may have to do this over. There we go. You can't really buy property here. Now, there's ways around it, but it ain't worth it. It's better just to get married, have a wife, come here with a girl from here, get her to buy the property. You're going to be married to her anyway, and if you're like me, 70, who gives a fuck? I'm going to die. I got 10 years on it. I really apologize for the noise. They're just being that way. I don't know what's going on. Come on, girls, that's enough. God. So don't even try. Don't waste your time trying to outsmart the system. It's been done a million times and it doesn't work. Okay? You're going to lose. Now, motorcycles. It's a little weird to buy motorcycles in your name if you're not a Philippine citizen, but you can. If you buy cash, they're going in your name anyway. Recently, I bought a new scooter. It was about $1,500, give or take. And we're paying payments on it because I don't like purchasing motorcycles. Maybe a Kawasaki or a Honda maybe on time, but this time we decided to pay over a couple years just because it's cheaper. I mean, the down payment was less than $200 and the monthly payment is $125. So it's cheap anyway, who cares? And that includes your insurance, your registration, everything. It's in my name. Now I have a Rossi bike, which is it's a 250 that I've had for 8 years, and it's in my name also because I paid cash for it a long time ago. We have other bikes. They're not in my name. They're in my wife's name. Oh, this is out of my wife's garden. Bitter melon, eggplant, and giant string beans.
Very long.
Dang. And she's got about thousands of jalapenos. That's enough. Will you stop it right now? That's my little dachshund puppy, which I'm going to put up here so he'll shut up. Could be in a terrorist little fart. Okay. Here's Walter. I'll introduce you. This is Walter the terrorist. There he is. He's got a skin issue. He's got major acne. I don't know. Anyway, so, hey guys. Mario, how you doing? Gay? But I don't know what that means. So you can buy pretty much anything here if you want to. You can get, once you're here and you open a bank account, even Americans, you can have your own bank account here. Then you can use the bank account if it's got money in it. They'll give you credit on like on a phone purchase, for instance. If you want to buy an iPhone that's a couple $1,000 or whatever, yeah, you can do that using your ATM card or your credit card from the bank. They don't take it out at once. They take it a little bit every month, but they use that as collateral. You show it to them, they take the numbers, blah, blah, blah. Not worth it. So you can do that. It's just like the States. Now, buying a car here, it's in my wife's name. It's a big ticket item. I didn't want it in my name. It's in her name. It's better. They probably would have put it in my name. I don't know. I didn't even ask, but I'm pretty sure they would have. I'm 99% sure. But you can get one here. Cars are down payment, I think, was $300. The monthly, $150 or $200. I don't even know. I pay no attention. And again, that's with your insurance and the registration. It's all included in your monthly payments. Sure got a potty mouth, don't he? Who, my dog? Yeah, he kind of does. And then he'd stop yakking. Um, anyway, so there's there's a lot of good stuff going on that way. And motorcycles, I don't know if you have to own a house or just live in a house, but if you buy a new bike, even the car, they send somebody out to see where you live to make sure you're a real person. And so, the nicer your house, the easier it is, I think, to get your credit. So that's a big deal. But yeah, you can own anything. If you want to buy an iPhone that's $2,000, you could. I would never, but some people like to pretend that they're, oh, the iPhones are so much better. They're not. I use very inexpensive Android phones, like the one I'm doing this on, which is a A6 Samsung. I'm talking on Metro PCS from the States. I'm in the Philippines. I don't pay for a plan. I use Wi-Fi calling, and I've been doing it for 8 years and never had a problem. The calls are always crystal clear. Everything is. So hey, I got 20 guys watching. How you doing? Hey, sub the channel if you're not subbed already, and give me a thumbs up. I got no thumbs up. So that's some of the stuff about the credit stuff here. Air conditioning. Okay, so if you go to it's one of the stores called Magic. Okay, it's operated and owned, I think, by the SM Mall Corporation. They have appliances, refrigerators, freezers, stoves, ovens, air conditioning systems, television sets, all that stuff. And again, you can pay cash or you can put it on credit. They are more than happy to put things on credit and sell it to you that way. And what's really strange, I'll tell you something else really weird. I bought some speakers that were like $300 a piece. And that's because and we don't really use them very much anymore. We used to. And one of them broke. It stopped working. I'm like, oh fuck, what do I do now? So I went and talked to the place that I bought at, which was Magic, and they said, "Oh, bring it here. We'll get it fixed for you." And we took it down there. They took it in. 4 or 5 days later, they called us up and said, "Hey, your speaker's done." And hey, come on, Walter, that's enough. And they actually offered to deliver it to the house, which we didn't want to deliver. They went and picked it up, and they completely fixed it. It cost me less than 1,000 pesos, which is $20. Oh, I'm sorry about the dogs, guys. Anyway, they're having a morning. I don't know what's going on with them all. So, and we have 12 of them. So, when one barks, they take turns in a line. But, okay, so here's another thing. If you are building a house and you talk to the hardware stores are who sells all the building material, the sand, the gravel, the cement, the metal, the wiring, everything comes to the hardware stores. Getting good with them, they give you credit. You can send your guys down, or they'll deliver it right to your house. You can pay it once a month or whenever you go down there. They're really lenient about giving you credit, which is good and bad. We racked up a bill of about $1,000, and I don't know what happened. I sketched it off, and we didn't pay it for almost 6 months. The guy just said, "Oh, we still went in there all the time," and thanks. And we went in there like every 6 months, and because we were done building the house, and he never even said something. And I said, "Do we owe you money?" And he goes, "I don't know. Let me look." He goes, "Yeah, about $800. I said, "Oh, let me pay it." So we just paid it. He goes, "Okay, no problem." There was never, ever a conversation of, "Hey, you owe me money." Ever. That's ridiculous here. They just trust, especially, if you're a foreigner, they trust you more, which is kind of sketchy as far as I can see. Where we live, there is actually 2 or 3 other people from other countries. I think they're all Americans. I only know one of them. I've seen one of the other ones, and I heard of a third one. I don't really interact with the foreign community. I have no interest. If I want to live around foreigners, I can go back to the United States and live with those idiots, and fuck that. I cannot stand it. Um, so I refuse to deal with them here. I don't live in a community that's full of Americans, and a lot of the they come over here, the foreign people, Americans especially, and they go to Dumaguete, which is it's a beach town slash a foreigner haven. So you go over there and you deal with living in the United States in a foreign country with all the fucking headaches that you had when you left, which to me makes no sense. Where I live, it's peaceful, it's quiet, except for my dogs. Um, the neighbors are good. I don't have the bar. I don't have a bar. I have my own private bar if I want to get drunk. But you don't have the bars and the bar girls and all the weird bullshit that goes on around American cities here. I looked at a couple. I went to a few, and I went, that's not what I want. And we ended up living in the province, which is just happy for us. We're 2 hours from Manila and an hour from Baguio City, and we're in a rice field. And tell Walter I love him, I will. Walter is totally a trip, guys, I'll tell you. We've had him for about 2.5 months. When we got him, he was born on a stack of lumber in a lumber yard. Never got off it for 2 months, 2.5 months. And he got this skin thing going on. And I'll tell you, it's been a fight for almost 2.5 months now. We've been putting antibiotics on him. And I looked at him today, and it's actually going away. It's almost gone. I'm like, holy cow, it just went. And I don't know if it's because I stopped doing the antibiotics finally. I started using, I put some coconut oil on him because that's good for parasites and stuff. And then along with that, I put on some, I used a little bit of tea tree oil on him in places. Get out of that right now. Here he comes. Walter's coming back in here. And between the two, the tea tree oil and the, come here, Wally. And Walter knows his name. Come here, over here. All right, come here, I'll put you up here. Come on. And I'll show you his face when I'm talking about it. Look at the top of his head. Uh-oh. Potentially in the messages are held for review. Got it? Okay, I don't care. So you can see on the side of his face. Look, hold still, buddy. You can see on the side of his face. Maybe you can. Here, let me turn it around, then I can show you better. You can see like on his little head, the little bumps. He's got no hair, and on his muzzle, hair. Oh, stop! Like I said, he thinks he's the terrorist. Let me tell you. Hey, calm down. Okay, there he goes, and he's off again. Anyway, he's a cutie. Yeah, he's really cute. We have 12 dogs. So we have 4 huskies, 2 chihuahuas, a street dog, 3 Belgian Malinois, 1 Belgian husky mix. And we have Walter. I know I forgot somebody, but you get the idea. And 6 of them or 8 of them are house dogs. That's why all the noise, and I'm sitting in. Yeah, that's insane. You know what? What's insane is when they're at night, I have the 50-pound husky, the 30-pound husky, Walter, and one of the chihuahuas all on the bed. They actually sleep on the bed. Oh, you can see my merry-go-round. That's in the living room. So anyway, if you come here, guys, don't make the mistake and move into an American city in the Philippines. Stay in the United States. Why move here? It doesn't make any sense. It's dumb. You want to be in the culture here so you can enjoy the culture here. And that means, we can walk down the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's happy and peaceful and quiet, and I walk my dog sometimes. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do it every day. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd take a walk. And there'd be out, even at that time of day, there'll be old ladies sitting out drinking coffee, and I always got invited to sit down and have a cup of coffee. Never did it, but I always got invited. And everybody in the provinces is friendly. There's no crime here. I mean, there is no such thing. I don't even think anybody understands the word crime. I asked the police, what do they do? Because there's no crime. They go, motorcycle accidents, car wrecks, people not wearing helmets. That's the mentality here. They don't really have crime. Nobody wants to. Who's gonna hurt somebody when you in the whole area? You know everybody. You're not gonna have. There's no strangers that come into our little community. It's one road in, and there's actually two ways out, but there's really only one way in and out. So anyway, that's it. I just got a new helmet. I'm safe and secure. Yeah, I just bought me a new helmet. I bought the new bike, and I went and I got a new helmet. It's a Spider, and it's called a, can't remember. Hey, Lynn,
Yeah,
what kind of helmet did I buy? A Spider what?
Nomad.
Oh yeah, it's a Nomad. It's got memory foam inside the helmet. It's really nice. I like it. I have 6 other helmets as well, carbon fiber on all of them. But you buy a new bike, you buy a new helmet. It's just kind of the way it is. Yeah, the helmets here, I think I paid about $200 for mine. But you can buy helmets that are $700 here, just like everywhere else. I don't see the point. I mean, it's going to save your brain. That's about all you're going to get out of a helmet anyway. So whether it's a really, really, really high dollar expensive one, or a one that's not so high dollar, they do the same. They're all DOT approved, so that tells you something. Anyway, so that's about all I'm going to do on this video for the day. For now, I'm going to come back later and do another um, building a house in the Philippine video. I'm kind of starting a little series on that in the afternoon, like around noon. So if you guys want to come and watch that live, it's really about building a house. Mine was $40 bucks, yeah. It's about building a house or building a building here in the Philippines, and some of the shortcuts to take. I meet people here, Americans and Canadians, that are spending 250 and 300,000. Let me tell you, I got a 7,000 square foot house, all art, all custom, looks like a castle. I don't even 100,000 in my house, and it's all custom, every bit of it, because I'm not stupid. I'm smart. I built it. I'm the engineer, the designer, and the builder, and I hired every person to live in it. Okay, stop. No, it's my bedtime. Please don't end it. Well, I'll talk for another minute, but like I said, if you guys are smart and you want to build a house in the Philippines, hey, football, where do you live? Where are you? So I live about 2.5 hours from Manila, and 2 hours from Baguio. We're on the lowlands next to the mountain. It's just a nice place. We're just getting into the season where we get the big storms, the typhoons. And right now, I'll show you the sky. It's gorgeous. Look at this. Look at that sky. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You know what I mean? It's just absolutely. You can see the clouds all moving by. You can't make it up. I mean, it's just too pretty. You can't. We're gonna get a little rain here in a little while, I'm sure. New Hampshire. Oh, New Hampshire's got some. I think you guys got bad weather going on there, don't you, right now? I remember seeing something about that. Yeah, I can't live in the U.S. anymore. The drug addicts and the lack of police and just the crime, the homeless people. I have no interest. And it's too expensive. It's priced itself out of life. I'm 70. I remember I want to call them the good old days. My dad used to talk about the good old days. Now I know what he meant. When, I remember gas wars, and gas was 30 cents a gallon. Actually, I remember gas was 15 cents a gallon. I was bitching because it was expensive even to fill up my Volkswagen. It's hot. Oh, that's good. It's about 78 degrees here right now. That's the average. Right now, the average temperature is about 80, 75 to 80. But now, I was telling my wife this morning that when I was a kid in high school, 1973, 74, 72, I graduated in 74, I had a pickup truck. I had an old Willys, actually it was a 46 Willys pickup truck. And that's what I drove to school. I had in my back window a shotgun a 22 rifle, and a 30-06 rifle. Or was it a 30-30? I think it was a 30-30 now that I think about it. Anyway, on the gun rack in the back of my truck, in the high school parking lot, and we never even shut the windows. I mean, that was the norm. Me and all my buddies would go hunting after school. We also had, fishing poles behind the seat and, a little bag of weed. The criminal bunch. But the whole thing is the cops didn't mess with us. We knew all the local cops. 90 degrees here, yeah. Hot, yeah, it's pretty hot. But we knew all the cops. And now I dare somebody put a gun in their window, hanging in the gun rack in the back of their vehicle in California. I dare you. I mean, you'll not only get arrested, they'll take your truck, they'll take your gun, they'll put you in jail for who knows how long. Especially if you took it at a school. Oh my gosh. I don't know who you are, driver's seat. You're kind of weird, dude. Seriously. I don't know what you're even talking about. Get out of here. Just go away. Go away. I hate people like that. Thanks. It's still showing to me. I don't want them on there. Okay, guys. I got some foul guys, some foul character writing shit that I'm not into. So I'm going to go. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Check in later, maybe a couple hours. I'm going to do another one on building houses. And have a good day. I hope you enjoy yourself. Bye now.